Dirty bit. Dirty bit.
Okay, that's good morning, guys. Welcome to Sunup on 7. My name is Brandon Usher.
And I'm Courtney Menzies.
And today is Thursday, January 29th, guys. Just like that, we are at the end of the first year of 2026.
Yeah, exactly. You were saying just like that, but this January has been 100 years long.
Yes, I swear to you. For some, last year's January just gone quick, and this one, they're like, we still there?
Right.
Like, really? Man. And then February 1.
That's going to be quick, yeah.
But yes, guys, we have a nice show planned for you today. We have several segments in, including my father. Yes, he's coming back to discuss about dental hygiene and how you should be properly brushing your teeth. What else do we have, Quartz?
And after he checks our teeth, we're going to be using our teeth. Brendan and I finally have food on the set again. We will be having breakfast from Place Your Ada, so stay tuned if you want to know the good stuff that they have cooking up.
Right. So apart from that interesting and dynamic couch talk for you, we have several things to discuss. But you know how this works. But respectful, of course.
You already know it.
Yes, you all know it. So shall we get to the coach?
It's dirty bit to the coach.
All right.
Dirty bit.
I've come to find that the truth isn't what we were told. So where
To everybody on Sunup.
do I seek the answer that's worth looking for today? Just in time,
And he's here to talk to us
the
about
writing appears on
the
the
show that we're on
wall.
right now. Tell me.
You and I were the first ones to see.
And we're going to be talking about the hot shush that has been
The
happening
world
over the
that
weekend.
we see
So
may
far.
seem that it'll never change. They say, but if you tear down the wall that's blinding us all, you'll see the way today. A place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light. I've got you covered on all concerns we share today. You will discover how the world turns each day. When the sun comes.
Good morning, my beautiful people out there, and welcome to your Thursday episode of Sunup on 7. So you know how, before we bring you the show, we have to bring you the weather, and it's courtesy of the Belize Met Service.
Good evening. A cool and relatively dry northerly airflow will continue over our area for another day or so, then a gradual warming up is likely. The 24-hour forecast is for variably cloudy and cool conditions, with a few periods of light rain, mostly offshore tonight, then over southern coastal areas tomorrow. Winds over the open sea will be from the north at 10 to 20 knots, with occasional higher gusts. Seas will be moderate to rough, and operators of small crafts should exercise caution, especially for large swells beyond the reef. Minimum overnight temperatures will range from 68 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast to 63 inland to 58 in the Mountain Pine Ridge. Maximum temperatures tomorrow will be around 79 Fahrenheit along the coast, 82 inland, but only 70 degrees up in the mountains. The outlook for Thursday night and Friday is for mainly fair and mild weather, with the chance of light isolated showers mainly over the south. There's a low tide at 1:41 tonight, and the high comes up at 8:15 tomorrow morning. Another low is at 12:14 tomorrow afternoon, and another high is at 10 minutes before 7 tomorrow evening. Moon will set at 3:20 in the morning and rise at 2:32 tomorrow afternoon. Sunrise in the morning is at 6:25. Sunset tomorrow evening is at 5:46. With that, we end this report from the Belize Weather Bureau.
And there we have the weather, guys. And, well, nice, cool morning still. Court, how you enjoy this weather?
It's good, but we have to be here.
You dress right up for the
thank
weather,
you.
too.
Ah,
You
yeah.
look good this morning. Like,
Thank
watch
you. My
it.
little turtleneck and my little sweater vest.
There we go, there we go. But the weather has been nice, guys, and just continuing on. I just always sit up and check my weather app because they said we're supposed to get one huge Arctic blast coming up into beginning of February. So like later on this weekend and then early into next week. And I just see temperatures of 50-something degrees. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, scary.
I kind of hope it happens because I want to experience that the Belize, even though I've experienced some real cold at Belize before, but they're like, this is the one pleasant welcome.
Right. And then on Sunday, we're going to be out at the airport. So if it's cold on Sunday, because the president of Guyana is flying
coming.
in
Yes.
Sunday afternoon, and we'll be there live, me and Jaliza. So if it's cold on Sunday afternoon, you see me like thick sweater.
You and Jaliza, and I talked to Jaliza yesterday about it, but the starry-eyed, bushy-tail, grin from ears to ears, joker grin. When all of this BTL thing will happen, Uno enjoy that. And just literally the morning before you tell me, yes, we look for the excitement. And you got the excitement.
Yeah, because, we do kind of typically the same stories generally. Like, you talk to politicians, you talk to people who are enduring very tragic events, things like that. So when you get the opportunity to be out in the field doing something different, and then, it's a protest, and I'm all for, the people standing up against the government. I'm all for that. So whenever something like that happens, I'm always excited to be a part. And it's like you're part of history too.
Yeah.
Like you look at all of those past protests, which you've been showing a lot, and it's amazing how much people used to go out there on the streets and not just sit behind their screens, but go out on the streets and say, we don't like this. We want a change.
It's amazing how back then with the growing of technology, we never had social media like that, but then still we have people coming out.
Yeah, people, you go so organized.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How could they do that now? But besides now, or with the growing age of technology, and we all have social media at this point, or a cell phone or something like that, where we could receive message, but we go in less numbers.
Yeah,
right?
it's crazy. We have the opportunity to organize better now, but everybody just sit down behind their computer. And it's for a number of things. Victimization, people don't want to end up in a meme, different things.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And the victimization, very powerful there.
Yeah.
Trust me, I've heard some stories. But Yvonne Vernon, my gosh, 6 degrees in Brooklyn.
Wow.
6 degrees. I can't even tell you how that feel. I think the lowest I got was like 13.
Wow, that's pretty low.
Yeah, it's younger than me. But yes, guys, let's jump on into our couch talk this morning, and we start off with a bit of a controversial topic here. And this one has to deal with the conviction of the teacher, Alex Norales, in San Pedro. He was a teacher at the San Pedro High School, and he was accused in 2024 for sexual assault of 3 minors, 2 from second form and 1 from first form. And we know that recently, as of Tuesday, we reported that he was convicted of 2 of those 3 charges, and he has been sentenced to 18 months or a year and 6 months in prison. Since then, that has caused a lot of uproar from his daughter, Vivian Norales. We have other past students, we have other fellow teachers as well, saying that Alex Norales is not the person that you've made him out to be. He would never do such a thing. And yesterday it led to a protest in the Central Park in San Pedro.
Right. And our team was out there, Jaliza. Well, our team being Jaliza, she had a lot on her own. And, it's being led by her daughter. She's the one who organized it. I think people, if you pay attention to pageantry, you know the name
Yes.
Vivian Norales.
Right.
She went up for Miss Universe twice, so she has...
San Pedro as well.
Yeah, so she has a following. She has certain influence on social media online. And of course, San Pedro is a small community, a small town. So if you lived in San Pedro, likely you went through San Pedro High School, likely you know Mr. Norales. So, these, like you said, it's past students and maybe other colleagues that know him that came out to support him. And then he went up they took him yesterday. They were supposed to take him this
Yes.
morning, and they ended up taking him yesterday before the protest started. They ended up taking him, and then I think she posted pictures of her father in cuffs and the police leading him to the water taxi, to the boat, to the terminal. You know, but like you said, it's a controversial issue because on the one hand, you have a community coming out to support one of their own, which is, you know, always admirable. But on the other hand, you have literal children, minors, who have done something very brave in coming forward to say this thing happened to me, and they got, they got justice for their allegations. In a conviction and a sentencing.
So as of now, we can see that there are victims, confirmed victims,
right.
especially in the case of 2 convictions that the court found that they were 2 victims
Right.
of sexual assault from
Yeah.
Mr. Norales, right? So the community, like you said, is split because yes, we have on the one hand an appeal supposed to be happening from the family, from Vivian Norales and the family and the friends. They're trying to appeal this matter because they're alleging a whole bunch of things. They're alleging, that there was bias, there was, the magistrate was closely connected to this person, it's politically connected.
Yeah. And they're
There's a-
accusing judicial misconduct.
Right, imagine, right?
Yeah.
So they're accusing a whole lot of things, and which are grounds, if you can prove it, for a successful appeal. However, to prove those grounds, no, that is something else. Then on that end, we have that. But on the other side, what about the victims? Because these are 2 victims. We have seen recently many comments
Right.
pour out from alleged victims as well. And we say alleged because this has not been tried in court.
Right.
They have not been, their matters have not been brought to court. He has not been convicted of those, but many alleged victims have poured out as well. So
Yeah.
it's a very, very sticky situation here. Yes, we can report he was convicted of 2, but on the other end, did it have judicial interference? Did it have a whole bunch of things?
Yeah, and it's for the family. I'm sure, they believe that my father or my, brother, my cousin, whatever, he's innocent. They believe that, and it's not unusual or unheard of that innocent people are convicted
Yes.
and do go to prison.
Agreed.
There are probably some innocent people sitting in prison right now for whatever reason, whether they were in the wrong place, wrong time. They received blame that they didn't do anything, but the evidence, whatever the reason why they ended up in prison. If they didn't do something. So you can see why they'll say, yes, maybe judicial misconduct did occur or, whatever they believe. But like you said, on the other hand, it's a conviction. There are multiple people who testified in court, multiple people who are testifying on social media.
Yes,
So you have all these allegations. If it was one allegation, but you have multiple allegations coming out, and people, we had one comment saying that something happened from 2003 with her friend. And how she,
Who was in high school at the time.
was in high school at the time. So it's multiple things. But I think very important that we have to point out is how difficult a situation like this makes it for the victims or anybody who, not just victims of this one person, but any victim of sexual assault, particularly
agreed.
children, particularly minors. This happens to them. They're scared. They don't know what to do. They don't know who to turn to. It's very difficult to come forward and say, this thing happened to me.
Yeah.
And who do you trust? And especially, again, if it came from somebody you did trust.
Because unfortunately, when crimes of this nature occur, it's always somebody of a higher authority,
Right.
of a higher power than you,
Yeah.
and it's a crime of power to show your empowerment, right? And in this case, or like in most cases, when it comes to a higher authority, man, if I go against my teacher, then what happened? This and that,
Right.
right? And then you go to your parents and you don't know how your parents are take it, like, girls, shut up, or why shut up?
Yeah.
Or you go to the police and we don't believe that and nothing happens from
Yeah.
there. So then you just you feel like you're left alone. So in cases like this now, courts, where you have other people alleging this, why have they not come forward? And it's because of that fear.
Right, and then
because
now
of that fear.
you have this whole community who's coming out against him. So now imagine you were the little girl who this happened to, and you'd watch all your neighbors and your friends' parents, they're out there. what does this do to your psyche? Like do you regret it? How do they feel? Or if somebody who wanted to come forward, maybe saying, maybe I could get justice, but then see this whole community rally for this man, like, make I just shut up, because next thing I know, they blame me, especially if it's a small community, they blame me, or they shun me, or something happened to me. So when you blame victims or say, because, you know, even Vivian had put out a Facebook post, very victim blaming. You know, I understand her emotions and everything, but very victim blaming. And when you read that and you say, make I just not do that? Like it discourages victims, people who have actually gone through some type of sexual assault or even rape, from coming forward. And we already have a hard time with people coming forward. We want to encourage people to come forward. It's already difficult, and things like this muddy it up even more.
All right. So we will stay tuned and do that to this story, especially since we know that there will probably be an appeal going forward. How long that appeal process will take? Will Alex Morales get bail during that time? Will he be in prison during the time of the appeal? Like I said, appeals not usually take such quick time, right? It takes a while. So what will be the outcome of this? We will definitely be in tune with this.
And then you could watch Jaliza's full story at 6 o'clock on the news tonight.
All right. So moving on into this one here. So we always have superstars on the news for each night, you know, because you have one minister or one person who just get all the questions for all different topics. And last night's one was...
It was Kareem's turn last.
Yes, Minister Kareem Musa, who's now the Minister of Immigration and
Governance and Labor.
Right. So his first interview, or one of the first interviews that we will report on, is the whole BTL acquisition. First off, it's a decent flex, right?
Yeah, no, he was giving praises to them. You know, Kareem has always been one who's, you know, been on the side of democracy and been on the side of having the necessary to have a viable opposition. So I think he understands, like, yeah, this is a good crowd. I'm sure everybody would have wanted more, like the unions and the UDP would have preferred if more people would be out there. But for a kind of a day before planning thing, a good crowd, decent.
A good crowd. How much would you estimate, Quartz?
Boy, I'm really bad at that. Maybe a couple hundred?
I'd say about
Maybe 150?
80, 90 people.
You think so? I think it at least reached over 100.
All right.
But I could be wrong. I'm very bad at these things.
But he weighed in on that a bit, calling, yes, it's a excellent way of showing our democracy in process. People are not going to take anything just like that. And I'm proud that, yes, that is a way of showing our democratic nature. But yeah, he just had to say that yesterday. And then on a second piece here, on the second piece of the BTL thing, when it comes to cabinet now and their actual stance, if they are or against the acquisition, again, he played it safe. Saying, you know what, well, when that decision comes, we will say what our stance is, but however, we do not want to put any public stance out there because it just may influence the board of directors of BTL, right? When, I mean, the Prime Minister done get up and said, we need to do this thing, so we need for this to be better for we. And so I don't know if that's just the Prime Minister's...
Or is he speaking on behalf of his cabinet? That's the thing, we don't know. And, you know, with any political party, it's always party first. Even if you staunchly disagree with this thing, you have to support your cabinet, you have to support your prime minister, you have to support your party. And so they'll never come out and speak. I would love if one of them would come out and say, I don't date this. That would be beautiful. But it's highly unlikely, just like when, you know, the whole Hosemai thing happened and they were all kind of repeating the same script. Oh, yeah, he said for a long time, he got bad back, I drop off a horse, whatever. They kept saying the same thing. That's just what the Prime Minister told me. I don't know anything. Again, it's like, okay, we're not going to say anything yet. We're waiting for the consultations to end. You know, so it's like reading kind of off the same script, trying to not let whatever your opinions are, holding that in and, you know, just letting the Prime Minister speak on behalf of everybody. So, but Marisol had asked a really good question. She's like, you're a politician. You work for the people. At what point do we say we can't do this because the people clearly don't want this? Like, and she really broke it down to the simplest things. you will say, okay, I'm doing what's best for the public interest, but the public isn't interested. They don't want this. So at what point do you say, make it back up? Like, obviously, we can't change their minds or whatever.
That is the thing, right? And if they go through with it, even though after all this public backlash, that just is show kind of like one of the authoritarian.
Right, and they don't care about us. They don't care about what we say. They don't care about what we think. They don't, I mean, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
But it is like further proof. And then Paul had asked another question too. He's like, do you fear that this will hurt you politically? Like, elections are only ways away, but do you fear that this will hurt you politically? Because now, and then, you know, the UDP, they're slowly getting it together. They were able to pull out a crowd, yes.
Right.
So they might come out as a viable opposition by the time the next elections come around. Do you fear that this will hurt you politically? And he said, like, yeah, it's always something we have to think about. But yeah.
Courts, again, I go back to my, like, this is just a question that is stuck like chewing gum in the back of my head, right? If it is said that Smart is bleeding out, why jump in now and say, well, make we take you at $80 million when you literally have the competition enough to bleed them out, and then if needs be, then you acquire them at such a low price, right? If then they bleed out. But then I start think about it. A lot of these governmental departments have connections, not connections, but have switched over to Smart, right? So is it that then they buy over their same government connections because they try, remember, they don't go for the infrastructure or anything, you know. Then they go for the actual customer or the client base. So client base, the split government, that's all. How much government they pay there and they give them in a revenue? Is it that we're buying back the government that was taken back or taken to them in 2020? Like, I have to ask this question, right? Because to me, it don't make no sense.
Yeah, it don't make no sense.
It doesn't make any sense. And if you bleed out Smart and all their operations or whatever, and the clients, they really not have no choice but to move over to then is there need for a $80 million acquisition? Like, I just think about that.
And I think it makes sense to anybody. They don't just you to think about that. Everybody, they said, this doesn't make no sense. And even in these consultation process that isn't really a consultation, because they're not like, sit down and say, make a hell you think. They just say, this is why we're present. It's a presentation. It's like you did a class to watch a PowerPoint. It's like 10, I think, 10 PowerPoints, and then say, this is why we're to buy SpeedNet. So I don't really know much about that consultation process, but Mr. Musa said yesterday that it has to be thorough. I don't know if it is thorough, but he says that it has to be thorough, and the board, and he's putting it up to the board, right? He's like, I don't know if do that decision, not a board decision.
But at the end of the day, besides night, it is the PUC's decision.
Right.
Right? So even if the board then say, all right, make we go through this, the PUC, they still have to make the decision. Again, remember, these laws are based off of making a platform for competition. The PUC is bound by these laws as well. So you know what I think? If PUC go pass this thing, so all hell and broke loose.
Right, like they have according to the regulation, they have the authority to reject a takeover if it doesn't encourage competition, which this would happen, it would turn into a monopoly. They can reject this, but they've been so quiet. And it's so alarming, like, why aren't you saying anything? Why aren't you stepping in? This is your job, is what you're supposed to do, but yeah.
The VTL saga continues, guys. We're moving on into another Kareem Musa topic here. And has he transformed from being the cool minister to a boy named Sue? So we've gotten reports, and we've gotten the letter, actually.
Yeah.
3 media houses have gotten the letter of threat to defamation. And this extends from a comment that Joseph Budna's attorney, Arthur Saldiva, had said on the news. It was repeated on several media platforms as well, but 3 media platforms got their actual lawyer letter from Senior Counsel Edwin Flowers, basically saying that, yes, come on, man, don't defame me. Defame me. And when asked yesterday by you...
he's become a boy named Sue.
Right, what was the response?
So he said, you know, I've been in political life for 11 years, and I made a lot of things slide, but I have a private reputation to upkeep. I will return to private life. I have a reputation to upkeep. I have sons who look up to me. And so I have to make sure my reputation, you know, it stays on the up and up, right? So that's why. And then he said, in this case, he did warn. And I will say that he did send a text, but the text wasn't for this specific comment that we aired. It was for something that Channel 5 had posted. It was another quote that they put in the headlines, and then he screenshotted that and he sent it to Jules, and he said, just want to stay away from this, or this is defamatory. And then Jules said, we stay away from that. So we didn't air that quote, we aired something completely different.
But it still ended up being...
But it still ended up being, in his mind, defamatory, which, well, I'm not a lawyer, but it seemed like general speaking, but I am not a lawyer. But yes, so we received this letter, again, like you said, two other media houses received this letter, and he said, well, I have to take a stand at this point because I did text Sunup. I do have a reputation to upkeep, so I had to, but he said, no love lost. That's what he said.
Yeah, no love lost.
He said, I'm still a friend in the media, no
Even
love
though he took your licks by your chin.
And that's something we've always praised him about. Like, one thing with Mr. Musa, he, for the most part, takes every interview,
Yes,
doesn't say
I
no.
agree.
Yesterday, my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
And we did like a 22-minute interview with him yesterday on his birthday. And, he was just a guest at this event. And so he takes every question. Unlike Mr. Mira, he invited us to come start every year. He and
Yes,
Mr.
he did
Williams.
say that.
Unlike Mr. Mira and Mr. Rosado. At least they stood in front of the firing squad and they said, got it.
Right.
And he never cut us off either. No matter how long the interview, half an hour, he takes every question.
And I've had the experience of seeing you interview him. I know when we did the whole ostrich farm thing, and I just got to see Courtney in action. He and Courtney in action. I said, all right, what are we going to talk about? Let's go. Pop, 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 pop. And they're like, okay, all right, this is how that works. So 22 minutes of this interview, and he has never shied away from the camera like
he made me run like 1 or 2 times, but I lower. Because you take everyone, maybe if you don't take 1 or 2, fine.
And you have the ones that we don't take none, no?
None, exactly. So,
Anyways.
or not invite you at all. So, but he says no love lost, but maybe there is a little love lost on our part.
There is and we spoke about it, like, when he hint thing that's how I feel happening. When he says, well, I've been in politics for 11 years and, I have a private life and I do have a private practice that I will get back to. I'm like, is he like
Hinting.
making the final curtain call?
Yeah.
Is he making the bow?
Right, at
to
his
leave?
retirement.
Interesting. I don't know how that will be.
You either go out a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. So maybe he's trying to go out a hero. We'll see.
But then, it goes back to rumors, what? Will he be the next party leader? Will he be this? So all of that
People
ties
said
in
that he
and
was
make us
positioning
start think.
himself. But I think after the whole, the Budna situation and his move from home affairs to immigration, that might have, shifted some things because, I'm not saying it's a demotion, but the prime minister, when he shifts you around, it's because things are getting a little bit too
sticky.
Yeah. So we have to see what Karim does. But again, with the influx of lawyer letters, right? It's a tactic, by the government. Because some of them are really silly, right? They're called slaps. I'm sure you know about slaps. They're a tactic by the government to undermine the media. If you have to afraid for everything, whether or not you get a lawyer letter, and everything then they send lawyer letter for, it's literally a tactic to undermine the media, to make us afraid. So these are little slaps that that's what it's called, that we're getting. And now Karim has joined.
A little history lesson here. Majority of our defamation cases come from politicians against the media. So
Right.
that builds up a whole jurisprudence of laws for defamation based on politics versus the media. Basically that, right?
Right.
So yes, moving on into more Kareem news this morning. And we went back to the actual August 22nd,
22nd. Yeah.
Where we know that this was the day that Budna was actually kidnapped. So we've asked a lot of ministers in the past before and things like that, and if a crime actually occurred. And
Right.
everybody to beat around the bush. Everybody to beat around the bush.
Nobody would admit that. Even the prime minister had said that maybe, probably, there was a crime committed.
Probably there was a crime committed. I could hear it. Anyways, until at least space the rent in my head and the eviction. But yesterday in his interview, he's saying that yes, there is a crime that was committed. He was one of them actually advocating for an independent
investigation. And the release of the footage, so...
Right.
Yeah.
But it's clear that, yes, even though, and he says this, even though kids are safer on the streets because we don't have him around like that anymore, it does not deter the fact that, or take away from the fact that a citizen of Belize in Belize has experienced this and has been basically shipped to Guatemala, right? So yes, there is indeed a crime that occurred. So he's one of the few that admitted that, yes, a crime has occurred.
Right, but he had to, again, like you said, he had to throw in that little punch like, oh, but, you know, he's a convicted so and kids are safer now. Again, it's not about his character. You know, his character is one thing. He probably does belong in the Guatemalan prison because he escaped.
Yes,
but
right.
not in this way, not in this format, not being abducted by police officers, which did happen. And, you know, that investigation, we have not heard any updates on that investigation. Like, you know.
That chopped the water, you know.
I don't want to believe that, man. We have to keep the pressure on it.
And especially right now, Guatemala, they add fire to the flame with the whole prison riots and outbreaks where they happen right now. They're like, okay, so where wouldn't that all of this? Like, is he cool? Is he protected? Is he safe?
Yeah.
How much more for protection you need? I don't know.
That's the thing. You have to pay like certain people in whatever sector you're in. Whoever runs that sector, you pay for your protection. You pay for a lot of different things. You know, in Guatemalan prison, that's a very scary place to be. But yes, Karim did concede there was a crime, but who is supposed to take this blame? And I'm not saying that he had anything to do with this. That's not what I'm saying. But he was the Minister of Police. Mr. Rosado is the Commissioner of Police. This thing happened where a police officer, multiple police officers committed this crime, allegedly. And there was a cover-up. There was people trying to cover this up. Who bears this weight of all of this, despite even your hands clean from the actual kidnapping, but no, who bears this weight of this thing happened under your leadership?
It did, Courts, but and I will be very on the line here with this, right? And I want to stray either side. But usually in crimes where police are involved, yes, you would put on a claim form, of constitutional claim, of course, Commissioner of Police, Attorney General of Belize, right? Because yes, you have to sue that, and by just the laws and the way how it works, Attorney General is the attorney for the state of Belize. But in this case, when you have something like an allegation like this, and I agree with Karim on this point, it's that you don't sue Karim Musa, the personal person. You sue Karim Musa as Minister of Home Affairs at that point, right? And you don't even probably put the Karim Musa, but you put Minister of Home Affairs.
The office itself,
right?
Yeah.
So that's how it goes. So yeah, I could say how a confusion happened is so with some things, but that's all I'll say.
Yeah. So we'll see how these court cases that he's in. And I will see how the media responds to this letter.
There hasn't been a decision as to the strikeout yet, no? No.
Oh, no. Yeah, so
that should be
we have a lot of things to keep an eye on, yeah.
But moving on into our final topic this morning, and well, this one you saw goes to your sugar, to your sweetness, baby. Because what we understand is that there are new cane varieties that they're exploring and they're hoping to introduce into our actual industry, because we have been using one strain or one species of cane since the 70s,
right.
And that's B79 sugar cane. And since the 70s, we have not been moving or switching to any other sugar cane products. And we know that a lot has changed since the 70s. I never even ban. But since the 70s, we have climate change, we have different fungus, we have different diseases, we have all of these things that have come out to affect this one type of cane. But across the world, we've seen many different types of cane have been introduced, some that are fungi resistant, some that are climate resistant, some that are disease resistant. So what is happening here now is that the BSI General Manager has made a move to try to see how we can introduce some of these new species into our country to protect us against loss, basically. Because what we've experienced last year was a loss. We usually make 103 million tons of sugar, if I'm not mistaken. And
we
last
made
year was
800.
900,000, I think it was.
Yeah, thereabouts.
900,000. And this year he's seeing a little raise in that since we've gotten Fusarium kind of on the wraps. But he wants to see if there is an avenue to make more and to
Yeah.
have more profitability for the cane farmers as well. But how it will work is kind of tricky because now they're going to Florida to see if they could get some of these samples to grow in their actual BSI fields to see if it will actually work, how much sugar it retains, if it will be resistant against all these different elements. And then from there, they will take the seeds and make it available for farmers to sell.
Right.
But at what price?
Exactly.
And will the farmers actually say, you know what, make I invest in this?
Right. And will they get their return? Because this is something new.
Yes.
They might be afraid. And will they be able to yield the same or more crop? And what will the price per ton be when it gets to the mill? So there's a lot of factors that they will need to consider before they venture into this new thing. But it's either you stay in the situation that you're in, which is a not good situation, or you take the risk and hope for the best. So, we have to see how that works out. But ASR BSI is most definitely using these new varieties.
Right.
They will be using it. Hopefully, they want to set the trend or set the pace. And then we'll see if the other cane farmers, they follow along and do the same. Because sugar industry, it's one of our biggest, it's very important. And it could be a lot better. We could be making a lot more money from the exportation of sugar. But with Fusarium, man, that's really kicking our butts.
It's not even only Fusarium. I go back to the
yeah.
people element of it now. We know the tumultuous nature between ASI, BSR,
Right.
and the Sugarcane Association.
Yeah, so it's like, you say we undo this, well, I don't want to do that because you say we undo this. But they
Right.
have very, very tense, they're always in tense talks and negotiations and whatnot. And yeah, but we need them to work together so that, to get this industry up and running. And, we also talked yesterday in the news about the labor shortage and how ASR BSI is using mechanized, I forgot what it's called, mechanized harvesting. Yes, as a way to supplement the labor shortage. So that's another issue that the industry faces: labor shortage, Fusarium, climate change. So maybe we do need to take the risk.
Yeah, well, let's see when that time comes, because they have projected it to be an experimental phase of about 3 years, because you have to test the sugarcane from small, you have to make them grow, you have to make sure that, okay, what soil works, or it could work in this soil, because we know that across the northern Belize there's different types of soil that this sugarcane can grow in. What will happen if it floods? What will happen if exposed to this disease? What will happen if exposed to that fungi? Things like that. All of these need testing, but for the next 3 years, we have this experiment happening. And after that, we don't know if we're going to get sweeter sugar. We don't know if we're going to get less sugar. We don't know what.
But we know we have packaged sugar now.
No, at a little
Extra cost.
Great, yeah, a little extra case. But yes, guys, we move to the end of our couch talk this morning. Thank you guys so much. Man, I'm going to go off this comment this morning. Man, I'm going to go off. But yes, with that, we've come to the end of our couch talk, and we do have a beautiful sunrise here for you. This one is coming in from... Ooh, this is pretty. This one is coming in from Jamie Usher.
Oh, yeah.
This one looks like, yes, this start always by Buttonwood Bay.
Yeah, the clouds are looking nice.
Yes, right? Lovely. Thank you so much, Jamie, for sending in your submissions. Again, guys, please continue to send in your
Flood them
submissions. Yes, because trust me, me and Courtney send in and then barely use so we want because of Uno. So we don't mind. We don't mind. We have our Instagram to post it too. But yes, guys, we go to our first commercial break, and when we are back, we're jumping into the segments for today. Stay tuned.
Man, that's me. My data done, and I really need to get my order out today.
Really? Well, you can join our smart group plan.
Really? How that work?
Easy, let me tell you.
Whether it's family, friends, or your small business, we've got the perfect plan for every group. More members equals more savings, more connections. Smart group plans bring the connectivity you love to you and your circle. No one gets left behind. Explore Share One package option and add on unlimited data, calls, and SMS for the entire group for less than $50 per member. Visit any smart showroom countrywide or email sales@speednet-wireless.com to sign up today. Smart, bringing people together.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
These charter means aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023 in the... Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Sheree Kelsel,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
What happens when one person decides to make a change? In communities across Belize, we're seeing the answer.
Hi, I'm Kayla Linares. I love being outside and surrounded by nature. When I heard about the national cleanup, I signed up right away. I don't litter, and I help clean up Belize, one piece of trash at a time.
It starts with one choice, one moment, one step towards something better. Across our beautiful country, everyday heroes are making a difference. In just one day, nearly 2,000 volunteers collected over 40,000 pounds of garbage. From local groups to national partners, Belizeans are uniting to protect what we love. Every cleanup, every piece of properly disposed waste, every conversation, it all creates a ripple effect. But we can't just continue to clean up after everybody's mess. Let's prevent it and be proactive, not reactive. Because remember, our Belize, our responsibility. Bin it.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
Man, that's me. My data done, and I really need to get my order out today.
Really? Well, you can join our smart group plan.
Really? How that work?
Easy, let me tell you.
Whether it's family, friends, or your small business, we've got the perfect plan for every group. More members equals more savings, more connections. Smart group plans bring the connectivity you love to you and your circle. No one gets left behind. Explore Share One package option and add on unlimited data, calls, and SMS for the entire group for less than $50 per member. Visit any smart showroom countrywide or email sales@speednet-wireless.com to sign up today. Smart, bringing people together.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
These charter mints aren't from
We're
an
navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023.
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Sheree Kelso, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Good morning, my beautiful people, and welcome back to Sunup on 7. So just before the break, Courts and I went through a number of couch talk topics for you. We ended off with a bit of sugar there. But sugar sometimes can decay your teeth, but who better to tell us that than an actual dentist himself? Yes, guys, my dad is back on set. And we have on the left of the couch, we have Mrs. Elizabeth Moody, who's the Dean of the Magazine Dental Academy. And we have next to her, of course, Dr. Osbert O. Usher, who's a dentist and a dental surgeon here in Belize. So good morning to both of you. How are we feeling this morning?
A little chilly.
Cool. Chilly, aha. See, you catch my drift.
Yes.
But, okay, so we're here today talking about brushing and the importance and the rationale behind good brushing, and for people who eat lots of sugar and gets the decaying of teeth and all of that, but we'll hear from them. So I want to start off this conversation, Ms. Moody, by asking basically why is it important to be brushing your teeth?
All right. Well, there are several benefits. First and foremost, brushing is for the prevention of diseases in the mouth, first and foremost. It boosts self-confidence when you have a good, clean set of teeth. It saves money for sure. So if there's prevention, you don't actually have to end up at the dentist, etc. But why we're here is basically to explain the proper technique of brushing. And it's a bit of information that generally people don't know. And it is one of the basic techniques that the dental hygienists will learn, and they will learn it professionally within the academy. So Dr. Usher will go through the all highlights of why the technique is done a certain way.
And just say this is some of the dental assistants will learn. This is in the magazine Dental Academy, yes? All right, then. Well, we do have my dad in the back there going to be explaining the rationale behind all of this. So, yes, you could go ahead.
Yes, good morning. One of the basic reasons why we brush our teeth, and I will show you a specific way in doing it, is because of the structure of the teeth and its supporting tissues. I have here drawn a tooth embedded with its root in bone. We have our gums here. And if we notice properly, the gum does not adhere to the crown aspect of the tooth. It adheres right at the level where the crown ends and where the root begins. So there's always a distance of 1 to 1.3, or 1 to 3 millimeters of space between the top of the gum and where the adhesion of the gum adheres to the root of the tooth. Now, this is very important because microorganisms tend to build up in this area, okay? If we look at the structure of the crown of the tooth is made up of cells, cylindrical cells, like tubular cells, and they're oriented in the direction vertically so that whenever pressure comes on to the tooth, what happens, because they're vertically oriented, it can withstand a lot of pressure. So if we tend to brush back and forth, we're brushing against the orientation of the cylindrical cells of the enamel and the dentine. So what we need to do when we're brushing, we need to brush, this is a lower tooth, we need to brush upwards. And we start from the level of the gum, where when the toothbrush reaches that area, it pushes out fluid from this area. There's something we call crevicular fluid that builds up along with lots of microorganisms right within what we call the sulcus of the gum. When we brush upwards in this case, we push fluids and microorganisms out of the area, and then we continue going up. We're brushing along the grains, we call it the grains of the tooth, which are the cylindrical cells oriented in a vertical position, and some, dependent upon which area it is likewise on a transverse situation, just to ensure that the pressure that it receives don't cause fractures to the teeth. If we brush horizontally back and forth, what we're doing, we're brushing against the grain of the teeth, and eventually we can cause at this level, the enamel is very thin at this level. If I take this and I draw the enamel may be like that, and it comes down thin in this area. If we brush horizontally, what we do, we eventually cause the gum to be irritated, so the gum becomes, the gum eventually recedes and comes down in this direction, and then we end up with an exposure of the neck of the root of the tooth, and then dependent upon the hardness of the bristles of the brush, we start to produce an erosion that happens right here. And it's normally an erosion like that. This will then be indenting. If we don't brush properly and food particles get within that area, eventually we can develop a cavity, okay? And remember, whenever it reaches in this area, it is indenting that is innervated. Innervated meaning that there's lots of nerve endings within the area, and it begins to shock the patient. So if we continuously brush in that way, it can increase the depth and eventually reaches to the pulp. It causes lots of pain because of any substances, hot, cold, sweet, sour, bitter, reaches within this area and touches the areas of the nerve of the tooth. It causes pain. So the proper way to be brushing for the lower teeth is brushing upwards only. If this tooth were to turn around and then we look at it as an upper tooth, we need to brush downwards, because this same situation, just turning around, will be that the sulcus is there, that 1 to 3 millimeters depth, and the crevicular fluids. We will be removing the crevicular fluids from, and the microorganisms from that area. So if we brush downwards for the upper teeth, we will be cleaning it properly and brushing along the grain. So that's the rationale behind brushing up and down. And it isn't brushing down and then up. It is brushing only the top teeth downwards and the bottom teeth upwards only. If the mouth is open, then it means that we can brush downwards only for the top, just a downwards movement, and in the bottom, an upwards movement. And if we brush properly, and we'll be demonstrating with a toothbrush and a model, so that we can see exactly what is happening.
All right, thank you so much for that explanation. Guys, just for those who can't see, we'll probably be trying to do something when we post up the segment so that you see it properly. But yes, it's interesting because now, before we get into the actual brushing technique, it's interesting to find out that yes, the proper way in doing it, because you know some people, they just brush left to right.
I mean, some people is me.
Some people is you, brush left to right, but I never realized the whole aspect of bringing out things from the overlapping part of the gum. And so I also hear the technique of brushing in circles.
Yeah.
So is that also a way that people can do it? But they're kind of, I don't know.
All right. If you remember our diagram properly, let's talk about the different kinds of brushing. If we brush in a circular motion, every time we go, if we're brushing a clockwise, every time we go up, we tend to push bacteria and particles of food within that area of the sulcus where there's a space between the gum and the tooth. So if we brush that way, and yes, when you come down, you'll be brushing properly. But that circular motion will cause entry of microorganisms and food particles within the sulcus of the tooth. And when it comes down, yes, it will be taking out the crevicular fluids and microorganisms from the adjacent teeth, that when the downward stroke of the rotation happens, you'll be doing that. So brushing with the circular motion is not the best of way.
But it's better than the left and right.
And yeah, you can brush. If you brush that circular motion, you'll always be pushing in any different area. You will always be pushing. Once you go up in the upwards movement, you will always be pushing fluids and microorganisms, particles of food within the sulcus of the teeth. And yeah, you'll be doing it and you'll be taking out some, but it's not the proper way. The proper way is, if we're right-handed, we brush the top firstly, and we brush only with a downward stroke. It's not an up and down. When we brush down, we remove fluids from within the between the gum and the teeth, and we likewise brush along the grains of the teeth.
Yeah.
And one of the most important thing is that we have to brush meticulously, we have to brush in an orderly fashion, meaning that if we start brushing here and then we go over here and then we come in the bottom and we go over this side, one day you will be missing out one area, okay? And so if we do it methodologically, it means that, and I will show you, if we're right-handed, we can begin on our right upper jaw and we brush downwards and we slowly go forward. Downwards movement only. We come across to the anterior teeth and then to the left-hand side. And it's only a downwards movement. When we reach over the other side, if we go to the bottom, we brush upwards. And we come around slowly. It is said that we should be brushing a tooth at least 3 times. So normally the toothbrush covers the length of 3 teeth. So if we go slowly, we're always brushing 3 teeth at a time. And it's not just brushing 3 teeth and then we come brush 3 teeth. It is slowly a movement going towards the back in this case. And then when we reach the other side, we brush the chewing surface. And the chewing surface of the teeth and the cutting edges of the teeth is the only area where we brush back and forth. If you note, we're on the other side, we just turn our toothbrush around, and then we'll be brushing the upper surface of the upper teeth, the chewing surface of the upper teeth. And when we come back on the other side, it means that we brush on the inner side downwards likewise. Downwards likewise. And we slowly comes this way. We're brushing the anterior teeth now, slowly downwards, and going back slowly, slowly. And then we come to the lower ones. Unfortunately, this model has its tongue very large, but we brush upwards for the inner side, again, of the lower teeth, and we come right around, brushing upwards, upwards, upwards. And if you note, we started here, brushing downwards and going towards the anterior sector, and then we go back to the posterior, and then we come down in the bottom, and we brush right around the lower teeth them. Then we do the chewing surfaces. We go up on the upper chewing surfaces of the teeth, and then the inner side of the teeth we brush properly. Likewise, always a downward movement for the upper, and an upward movement for the lower. In this way, we have brushed this surface, that surface, and the inner surface. Now, the toothbrush cannot reach within the teeth, and this is where the floss comes in.
Yeah.
Okay? And we need to be brushing our teeth, I say, as many times as we eat. The American Dental Association talks about brushing twice a day. Brushing twice a day and having meals in between those twice a day causes food particles to be on your teeth, let's say, at least 8-10 hours between the early morning brushing and the late night brushing. That can cause eventually decay to happen, the accumulation of bacterial plaque, the acidic substances that they excrete, and cause the enamel to be demineralized by the acid, and eventually caries begin to establish itself upon the teeth them. And that's where we want to avoid, okay? So if we use this method and brushing meticulously in an orderly fashion, we'll be able to ensure that we brush all surfaces of the teeth all the time. And remember again, it's not brushing here and over here and then coming here, because we will forget certain areas of the teeth. And yeah, that might be a constant situation where the accumulation of bacterial plaque and eventually diseases of the mouth begins to happen.
I have some comments in here asking why didn't we learn this earlier, and I'm learning it now since my teeth don't drop out. But somebody's asking the question, how long more or less?
I was going to ask that too, because in school I think you learn like 3 minutes.
They tell me the happy birthday song. I don't know. And this is
It's
not
generally utilized in 2 minutes time.
2 minutes.
But the method that I shown just now, especially when you're just learning with it, it makes your muscles, because you have to be doing that rotational movement, your muscles hurt initially.
You build 4 arms.
But eventually what happens, you get so used to it that within 2 minutes time, it is done properly.
All right.
But I'm not saying that only brush 2 minutes, because if you don't have the dexterity as yet, it'll take you longer. You need to put sufficient care, time, and effort in doing it.
Is there such a thing as overbrushing?
Yeah, that's my next question.
Probably overbrushing may be called because of the type of toothbrush.
Okay.
If we use a hard bristle toothbrush, remember, even though the enamel of the teeth is the hardest substance in the body, dependent upon how hard we brush, yes, likewise the frequency, dependent upon the level of strength and of the bristles, what will eventually happen is that we will cause erosions to happen, okay? We've seen patients that brush their front teeth like that, and you can actually see the lines on the front teeth, on the enamel, where those hard toothbrushes pass. So,
how does one choose between the soft, medium, and firm then?
Yeah.
Because I use firm.
I use medium.
And it is best a medium, okay? The firm is likewise too hard, and dependent upon the toothpaste that you use. All toothpaste have some level of abrasivity, and you're using a hard toothbrush and an abrasive toothpaste, you will eat away your enamel.
What is
end
high
up in your
abrasive
father's
toothpaste?
chair.
What is a high abrasive toothpaste?
Like, just imagine they have the Pearl Drops toothpaste. You put it in your mouth and you kind of pass it around your teeth, you feel it like sand.
Yeah.
Okay? The Colgate, the normal Colgate.
So the Arm & Hammer is not...
The Arm & Hammer is not really good likewise because it is abrasive. And then Arm & Hammer, what happens with Arm & Hammer, if there isn't sufficient humidity, water in the mouth, it might begin to cake up between the teeth, especially if you're not flossing. And that can eventually attract microorganisms that stays eventually on the teeth and then causes you dental problems like gingivitis, periodontitis, and even caries.
All right.
So try doing that technique with your left hand. The technique that he just showed you.
Right, that triggers a different part of your brain.
Yes,
though.
and it actually enhances brain function and all of that. So those are some of the cute techniques, yes, that we would be introducing to the dental hygienist. So, I mean, preparing a rounded professional to the field, right?
All right. As we're wrapping this conversation up now, I want to ask for those persons, again, who might not know where the magazine Dental Academy or Dr. Osbert or Usher's Dental Clinic is, can you tell us where?
You can't last it. It's right in front of Matron Roberts Polyclinic. It's in Hallmark area for the city, and that's number 16 Magazine Road, Belize.
All right, there we go. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us here on the couch today, and we look forward to more conversations with you both as to proper dental technique and dental health on a whole, guys.
Everybody can brush your teeth right now.
I know, I hope so. I hope so. And don't forget to brush your tongue. Don't forget to brush your tongue.
That's certainly right.
Right. But guys, with that, we go to our next commercial break. And when we are back, we're jumping into more amazing conversations for you. Stay tuned.
Thank you.
These charter remains aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023.
The
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Sheree Kelso,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
What happens when one person decides to make a change? In communities across Belize, we're seeing the answer.
Hi, I'm Kayla Linares. I love being outside and surrounded by nature. When I heard about the national cleanup, I signed up right away. I don't litter, and I help clean up Belize, one piece of trash at a time.
It starts with one choice, one moment, one step towards something better. Across our beautiful country, everyday heroes are making a difference. In just one day, nearly 2,000 volunteers collected over 40,000 pounds of garbage. From local groups to national partners, Belizeans are uniting to protect what we love. Every cleanup, every piece of properly disposed waste, every conversation, it all creates a ripple effect. But we can't just continue to clean up after everybody's mess. Let's prevent it and be proactive, not reactive. Because remember, our Belize, our responsibility. Bine.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years. Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
Good morning, my beautiful people, and welcome back to Sunup on 7. So just before the break, we had Dr. Osbert O. Usher as well as Mrs. Elizabeth Moody in talking about the importance of brushing your teeth and the proper technique of actually brushing your teeth as well. But we're jumping into our second conversation this morning, and we're here joined via Zoom with Ms. Shelly-Ann Aki Solomon, who's an award-winning strategist, and we'll be talking about Caribbean excellence on the global stage, representing your culture with confidence. Good morning, Ms. Shelly-Ann. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning. I'm good, actually.
All right. You look quite nice, especially in that setting, the environment as well. It's giving very demure. But I wanna first ask you to introduce yourself. You're a award-winning strategist. Tell us more about that.
Well, first, I'm an entrepreneur,
Okay.
mentor, and I'm a business strategist to women in the Caribbean and the diaspora. The reason why I chose this path is a simple decision. I have been a successful entrepreneur for over 25 years, and I decided that I wanted to teach my Caribbean women how I attained success. Now the story is out there. I started with $40 and I flipped that into 7 figures in just a couple of years.
Wow.
So that I had a formula that worked and I didn't have to leave the Caribbean to do it. I did it right here. So I want to just pass that on and I want to teach strategies, methods, and formulas that work for us.
Oh, I love that. That's a beautiful story, a very inspiring story as well, from 2 to 7 figures.
Yeah.
Wow.
That, I'm sure everybody ears perked up at that point. I think, like you said, you didn't have to leave the Caribbean to achieve this. And I think here in the Caribbean, we have a lot of culture, but a lot of times on the outside stage, especially in like more developed countries, we're looked down upon as primitive almost. So how do you maintain that balance of Caribbean culture plus, showing up in an international way?
I stay very grounded and clear about who I am before I enter any room. I don't have any desire or aim to change my identity or to change anything about my culture. I believe that my identity is solid. I merge my Caribbeanness with global best practices and I show up confidently. I don't code switch. I don't switch up my values. I don't minimize my story. And I don't separate my success from my Caribbean roots. Because Caribbean culture taught me emotional intelligence, adaptability, relationship building, and resilience. Those are leadership skills globally. So instead of leaving my culture behind, I let it inform how I lead, speak, and connect with other cultures.
I love that what you said just now just truly warmed up my heart, because I literally came across something the other day about Caribbean excellence and why we shouldn't especially code switch for anybody at all, because when, let's say, foreigners come to our country, they don't code switch for us either.
Right.
So why should we be code switching? And you stay enriched in your own Caribbean culture. Stay proud of your own Caribbean culture, because your Caribbean culture comes from your ancestors who have developed this code for so many years. You were a part of them, they are a part of you. So be proud of that. So definitely when you said that just now, my heart went warm, completely warm. But moving on now, you said that you teach Caribbean women about these strategies. Tell us more about what these teachings are like.
Well, first I base everything on life design. And I start with all of my clients there. What does your ideal life look like? What do you want your life to feel like, look like? What is it that you're shooting for? What are your goals, your aspirations? Do you want a legacy? What are the incentives that will make you wake up every day and say, wow, I love this life? So I start there. And then we move into business strategies and acumens and methods and formulas that is suited for the Caribbean environment, the Caribbean culture, and also strategies that help us to expand beyond our borders. So it's a lot of personal development, emotional intelligence, behavioral regulation, understanding delayed gratification, and also understanding that you are an amazing person coming from the Caribbean. We generally have to work 10 times harder to walk in any room. So when we walk in the room, we have to walk in confidently because we know that we belong here. Not because we slid in, not because anybody, gave us a little push in. I mean, some people open doors, but to walk in and to be confident, capable, and ready, we have to be prepared for that. So I teach my women to not only build successful businesses, but build themselves to elevate their skills, their emotional intelligence, their personal development. All of these different attributes lead to good entrepreneurship. So it's not just about making money, it's about legacy, it's about success, it's about culture, and it's also about your elevation and creating a business that supports the life that you want to wake up and say, yes, this is my life.
Ooh, love it.
And what would you say would be some of maybe the basic tips or advice that you give to these people in how they can develop that confidence within themselves?
Well, the first thing I will say to my women or any of my clients, believe in yourself. Because whatever you believe affects your behavior. It affects the confidence and the assuredness that you show up with. And we need that because our presence and our confidence speaks way long before our credentials shows up. It speaks how we show up, our confidence, our ability to present ourselves like we belong in this room shows up before we open our mouth. It shows up before they read our bio or our portfolio. So I tell women all the time, prepare yourself in a holistic way. Once you do that, you enter spaces with more confidence. And the confidence is what will carry you through. When things get difficult, courage will come because you know that you are confident in what you can do, what you can accomplish, and where you have come from. Also, make sure that you're not showing up and presenting fluff or surface information or you are out of your depth. When you are showing up, make sure you're showing up capable and competent. Again, your capability and your competence will boost your confidence. And that takes us further than any degree or anything like that from my experience over my 25 years helping women and also myself build businesses.
I love that. I love that. And thank you so much for the amount of work that you've been putting into, especially Caribbean women at that, such a powerful, just a powerful entity to deal with. In terms of now people accessing your services, how can people go about doing that?
Well, that's easy. You can go to my website, www.shellyacque.com, and decide what type of help you want, and you will see a program, a coaching course, a tool, anything that you may need to help you, whether it's from setup to speed or to legacy. All right? And you can reach out to me on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn. I'm very active and I'm very, very consistent there. I will respond.
And I understand you were nominated for a prestigious opportunity. Can you talk to us more about that?
Well, nominations are always interesting to me. With regards to nominations, the body of work that I do will get me in the door, but my community will get me to the finish line. For me, this nomination is special because I'm the only Caribbean woman nominated. I'm the only Caribbean woman in the race. And that's exciting because now this win, and I know we're going to do it because we're going to unite as the Caribbean people. I'm going to bring that award to the Caribbean because I believe our Caribbean women and the generations coming up behind need to see more pictures of possibilities. So this is not just about an award or a trophy for me. It is a statement. It is a statement that says we are Caribbean, we are capable, and we can break borders. And now we are being recognized internationally. Not just because we want accolades or status, but because we want to paint a picture of possibility and we want to create a pathway for the generations coming. Because the more pictures of possibilities our young people see, or other Caribbean women see and men, the more they believe that it is attainable or accessible to them. So I am hoping that the Caribbean will rally around this and will bring this home for the Caribbean. Not so much for me, it will be nice, but my excitement is around bringing this home for the Caribbean.
I love that. Love that. Ms. Shalayan, as we're coming to the close of this segment, and I don't want it to end, but as we're coming to the close of this segment, I see a lot of your past students in this chat, and I want to ask you if you have any final words for them and for prospective clients of yours as well.
Well, you know, excellence isn't emerging. It's evolving. We are brilliant, we are capable, we are competent, and we are also credentialed at a very high level. Our education system ensures that we are educated at a very high level. So we are not second-class citizens. Being Caribbean doesn't put you in second place. Being in second place is a mindset. What puts us in first place is our mindset, believing who we are and knowing that we deserve a spot anywhere on this earth and we can bring value. So we are not just emerging, we are also evolving. And when we show up confidently as our authentic, unique selves, we don't just represent culture, we elevate the culture. So step up, speak out, and show up as often as you can, and speak up as confidently as you can, and be, and when you walk into rooms, make sure that you are capable.
Love that. Love. Perfect way to end off this segment. Again, I think that's a beautiful way of ending. Step up, speak up, and show out.
Right.
Love it. Thank you so much, Ms. Shalayan, for joining us here. Hopefully we could get you in actual person next time to discuss more about after we've won from this nomination. I see some people putting in the link in here to actually go and vote for her. Guys, access that link, go vote. Bring this home to us Caribbean people. So with that, guys, we go to our next commercial break. And when we're back, we have a surprise segment for you. And this one's coming in from Quartz. Let's see what deals they have this season for you. We'll be right back.
Manasme, my data done and I really need to get my ARA out today.
Really? Well, you can join our Smart Group plan.
Really? How that work?
Easy, let me tell you.
Whether it's family, friends, or your small business, we've got the perfect plan for every group. More members equals more savings, more connections. Smart group plans bring the connectivity you love to you and your circle. No one gets left behind. Explore Share One package option and add on unlimited data, calls, and SMS for the entire group for less than $50 per member. Visit any Smart showroom countrywide or email sales@speednet-wireless.com to sign up today. Smart, bringing people together.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
These charter mints aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023 in the
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Shirley Council,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craig.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
What happens when one person decides to make a change? In communities across Belize, we're seeing the answer.
Hi, I'm Kaylin Norris. I love being outside and surrounded by nature. When I heard about the national cleanup, I signed up right away. I don't litter, and I help clean up Belize, one piece of trash at a time.
It starts with one choice, one moment, one step towards something better. Across our beautiful country, everyday heroes are making a difference. In just one day, nearly 2,000 volunteers collected over 40,000 pounds of garbage. From local groups to national partners, Belizeans are uniting to protect what we love. Every cleanup, every piece of properly disposed waste, every conversation, it all creates a ripple effect. But we can't just continue to clean up after everybody's mess. Let's prevent it and be proactive, not reactive. Because remember, our Belize, our responsibility. Dinit.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your nation station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
Good morning, my beautiful people, and welcome back to Sunup on 7. Just before the break, we had Caribbean excellence in herself, Michelle-Ann Akwi Solomon, talking about why it is important for representing your culture with confidence. Again, I've put that number, not the number, the email, not the email, the website in the chat for you guys to access so that you can go ahead and check her out. But we're jumping into a surprise segment this morning, and we're here joined with Quartz, and they are coming in clutch this Saturday, guys. But with us to speak more about this, we have Ms. Vanessa Foreman, who's the Assistant Branch Manager at Quartz, and we'll be discussing this promotion happening only on Saturday. I understand. So good morning, Ms. Vanessa. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing awesome. Good morning, everyone. Thank you guys for having us here. Well, of course, we're coming on to the end of January 2026. So what we're doing at Quartz, we want to make end the month with a big bang. So what we're doing, we're having a clearance sale.
Ooh.
And so we're taking out everything that we had from our warehouse all over the different country that is coming to Belize City. So it's going to be one big tent sale. It will be located at our main office at 2.5 miles on the Northern Highway, and you know, right next to Mirab area. So everyone, you've been asking us, man, right now the MAGA season, you know, people like this say, me not got much cash and I have no money, but right now what we would take all of that into consideration. So what we're doing is that we're having this clearance sale where you can get up to 70% off on selected items.
I just want you to repeat that again. How much? Up to?
70% off on selected items.
Not 17, 70. Love that. And so what kind of items, you said selected items?
Sure. So what we'll be having, we have a wide selection of patio sets that you can get up to $2,000 off on selected ones.
Wow.
Sofa sets. We have sofa sets that we slash prices up to $2,000. You can get a brand new sofa set, which is a Windsor set, for only $799.
Wow.
And I know the kid guys, it's like really, I mean, it's like we've been crazy and we were like 2026, let's go end this big, bad, yes, we'll bring it Belize, we'll bring it to you. So besides all of that, I mean, bed. You know, maybe I might want a man, I can't afford a lead bed and maybe I need to upgrade. We have bed going, we have twin bed going as low as $199.
Wow. That is like mind-boggling at this point.
I will give you like cold cedar now, right? And of course, and if you get a new bed, you'll need a new mattress. So we also have a wide selection of mattresses. Again, we're clearing out our warehouse. We want to get out with the old, in with the new. So this is the time, everyone. Sale. We have, if you're looking for brand new blenders are going as low as $87 to be exact. We even have wide selection of toaster ovens. You could get sheets for $17.
Wow.
So I know when you're out there and you're the shop till you're the drop, guess what? We have food and drinks on sale too.
just so you get you calm your soul, because I know it won't be exciting out there, all right? So tell us more about the foods in there.
Of course. So we're gonna have some couple booths out there with food and drinks. So we don't want to tell you who. So of course, I know some people like the who. You know what? Come on down out there. We want you to come out, see the benefits, and you can definitely come up. TV. Now, let's go say if you made a watch a 98-inch TV, I'm going to say, man, I don't got no $8,000 to go pay for this TV. Man, I don't really want this TV. Guess what?
Yay.
It go for under $5,000.
What? That is a huge slash.
It's a huge... And we never just made a trim it. We take the knife and we chop it in. That's what we did.
I love it. I love it. I'm seeing...
How early can people come out to get these deals?
So, of course... We're going to be there early, taking out the items and everything, but we start selling at 8 o'clock. But if you did it early and we ready, we will serve you definitely. So it's 8 to 5, everyone. Come on down to Quartz. We also have wide selection when it comes to, besides the TV, we have items going for tables. I mean, the Lily set, they slash it over $2,000. Maybe you were looking for dining sets and so forth. We have them under $300. So we've been going wild. I mean, we take it and we just cut it and we were like, here, we Belize, here at Quartz, we're telling you that we're the #1 store in the country. So we're making you see it and believe it. And you see, whenever we're doing it, we're bringing it. So you could get pots, you can get dining sets, you can get cooking sets, you can get plate, you can have, I mean, you name it, you got it.
I say
all the way down.
sets, I say everything.
Yes, even tool sets, we have all of that. We have home sets and everything. But let's say, besides, if you don't want to make it there and so forth, and you're thinking about making it halfway because you don't want to go all the way up there, all the stores in the main store is going to be open still, so you can make your way down to the store. Maybe you saw something on the flyer that you wanted. We can definitely see if we can get it, and we can book it there for you as well. But we want you all to go there to see it out there. It's an awesome deal. Everything will be under the tent. So we want you to come in your shop, pant your long pants, to bring your, if you need to bring that extra chair with you, come on down. We are here ready to serve you. Also, let's go say if you don't got cash and you see something out there where you want, guess what? You could put it on credit.
Wow. Okay, so you're offering that for even the clearance sale as well.
Exactly. Wow. So as long as you're spending a minimum of $250, I mean, you can bundle different items together. You can also get it on credit. But again, sale, everyone, make your way down. In store, we also have the ACs that are off for 10% off. We have our Frigidaire promotion that's happening where you can get up to $200 off in selected refrigerators. Again, it's a lot we're doing for this year. We want to make sure that we keep the year, we're starting bright with a bang, and we're going to hit the ground running. And that's what we're doing. And we want everybody to grow with Quartz and to feel all excited with us, because we listen to you, our customers. And remember, customers that are valid here, that keep coming, we thank you, we appreciate you. New customers, you were thinking about it, make your way down to Quartz. All you need to start to have a new account, it's just a valid job letter or a pay slip. As long as you work at that place for like 6 months. And of course, you just need a valid ID, proof of address, 2 references. Somebody will live with you, like maybe like a cousin or somebody that's family member, and then somebody like maybe that's outside, maybe your boss, your friend, anybody. So that's what we want to do. And just having these items, we do our mini interview. Our staff is awesome. They're there to help everyone. So guys, make your way down to Quartz. Again, we're talking it big, up to 70% off. Clearance sale happening one day only at 2.5 miles on the Northern Highway, the Nopadi Unicommer building there, right there. And remember, catch the bus, drive, go, get your bicycle, get your wig, make your way down to Quartz because we're ready. It's a big, big sale. You don't want to miss out.
I swear, I need to bring a dump truck because you need for load up all the furniture in this
I was going to ask, if you don't have the means, what about the delivery option?
So what we're doing as well, we want to, as soon as you book it and everything, if you need it, we want to create the same day. So we're pushing to try to make sure that it's within city limit. We're pushing for it to get delivered the same day.
Okay.
So again, everyone, think about it. We got it. We're pushing it for you.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Vanessa, for joining us here on the couch with this amazing opportunity to go out to Quartz. Again, this Saturday, guys. One day only.
Make sure you left at 7 o'clock.
Yes, and they have food and drinks just in case you get hungry and
That's
tired.
first come, first serve, and remember it's while supply lasts. So if you know you reach it before this person, make sure you get the item because it's selected item is while its supply lasts.
Love
That's
it.
incredible.
Whew. And with that, guys, you've heard it here. Big things happening this Saturday, but also big things happening next with a commercial break because I hear we get food courts. But we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Man, that's me. My data done, and I really need to get my ARA out today.
Really? Well, you can join our smart group plan.
Really? How that work?
Easy, let me tell you.
Whether it's family, friends, or your small business, we've got the perfect plan for every group. More members equals more savings, more connections. Smart group plans bring the connectivity you love to you and your circle. No one gets left behind. Explore Share One package options and add on unlimited data, calls, and SMS for the entire group for less than $50 per member. Visit any smart showroom countrywide or email sales@speednet-wireless.com to sign up today. Smart, bringing people together.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corzal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
These charter mints aren't from
We're
an
navigating
airplane.
along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023 in the
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Sheree Kelsel,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
What happens when one person decides to make a change? In communities across Belize, we're seeing the answer.
Hi, I'm Kayla Naris. I love being outside and surrounded by nature. When I heard about the national cleanup, I signed up right away. I don't litter, and I help clean up Belize, one piece of trash at a time.
It starts with one choice, one moment, one step towards something better. Across our beautiful country, everyday heroes are making a difference. In just one day, nearly 2,000 volunteers collected over 40,000 pounds of garbage. From local groups to national partners, Belizeans are uniting to protect what we love. Every cleanup, every piece of properly disposed waste, every conversation, it all creates a ripple effect. But we can't just continue to clean up after everybody's mess. Let's prevent it and be proactive, not reactive. Because remember, our Belize, our responsibility. Bini.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
These charter remains aren't from
We're
an
navigating
airplane.
along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023 in the
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Shireen Halsell.
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craig.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
What happens when one person decides to make a change? In communities across Belize, we're seeing the answer.
Hi, I'm Kayla Linares. I love being outside and surrounded by nature. When I heard about the national cleanup, I signed up right away. I don't litter, and I help clean up Belize, one piece of trash at a time.
It starts with one choice, one moment, one step towards something better. Across our beautiful country, everyday heroes are making a difference. In just one day, nearly 2,000 volunteers collected over 40,000 pounds of garbage. From local groups to national partners, Belizeans are uniting to protect what we love. Every cleanup, every piece of properly disposed waste, every conversation, it all creates a ripple effect. But we can't just continue to clean up after everybody's mess. Let's prevent it and be proactive, not reactive. Because remember, our Belize, our responsibility. Din it.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years. Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
These charter remains aren't from
We're
an
navigating
airplane.
along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023 in the
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Shireen Halsell.
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craig.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
What happens when one person decides to make a change? In communities across Belize, we're seeing the answer.
Hi, I'm Kayla Linares. I love being outside and surrounded by nature. When I heard about the national cleanup, I signed up right away. I don't litter, and I help clean up Belize, one piece of trash at a time.
It starts with one choice, one moment, one step towards something better. Across our beautiful country, everyday heroes are making a difference. In just one day, nearly 2,000 volunteers collected over 40,000 pounds of garbage. From local groups to national partners, Belizeans are uniting to protect what we love. Every cleanup, every piece of properly disposed waste, every conversation, it all creates a ripple effect. But we can't just continue to clean up after everybody's mess. Let's prevent it and be proactive, not reactive. Because remember, our Belize, our responsibility. Din it.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corzal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
Good morning, my beautiful people, and goodbye. Yes, Claudia, no, we're going a bit extra today on our show because we have to eat for you. Yes, again, guys, we do that for you. And what better place than with Place Your Ada restaurant. And with us on the set today to demonstrate a good breakfast meal here, we have the owners, Miss Ada and Mr. Kenroy Humes. And we'll be discussing more about Place Your Ada. So good morning again. How are you guys doing? Excited for this? We excited for sure. But let's start talking about Place Your Ada. Let's give us an insight as to how did Place Your Ada come about. Meanwhile, we could start with chefing up a bit of things.
All right, so, well, Place Your Ada basically a dream child for me and my lovely wife. Her name is Ada, so get the name Place Your Ada.
You need to get that.
Yeah, so I literally was sitting down one day, I come up with the idea there. We moving from San Pedro and we open up 2005, 2004. Yeah. And I mean, we just try venture off and grow the business. So that's why we decided to move the business and locate it to the north side on the Northern Highway.
All right. Okay. What part of the Northern Highway?
We are located right in front of Immigration Office.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. All right, there we go. All
right. So what are you guys making for us today?
Well, right now I have like every morning, Belize and basically no Place Your Ada for lunch and dinner, right? So with the new opening, we're venturing breakfast options.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, we'll have fresh baked Creole bread and Johnny cake every morning, like you see. Fresh fried jacks, 30, everything. Yeah. Belize like will do a lot of healthier options like the one I'm doing right now, which is called a egg white frittata with the feta cheese inside.
All right.
So basically, like I said, we just to try highlight the breakfast option, make people know what we got for offer.
I love that aspect because I know place you order for being a lunch lunch spot, but now breakfast. So they're branching out this time, right? Okay, so let's start getting to cook. Then what all do we need for this? And meanwhile, I could talk to Miss Ada.
Well, basically, it's a healthy option. So you could get one nice non-stick pan, and you could either use butter or palm spray.
Okay.
I'd use one light butter, fat-free butter. Just put a little bit, maybe just to make the pan don't stick, right? So that way there you'll get that. And then you'll get your veg there. You'll start your veg first, right? And with this, like I said, it's a healthy breakfast option. So don't be afraid if you're not a veg lover. You could use anything. You could literally use anything, mushrooms, any kind of veg you like. It also work if you're not a carnivore. If you like meat, you could cut up meat and put it in it also, right? So it works both ways.
But I always love the smell of these aromatics going into the
With this one, I just drop a little jalapeno.
Yeah, Brandon eat pepper
spice.
too, okay?
Yes,
it's not for spice, just for flavor, right? Because jalapenos. And then you put in your egg white.
Ooh.
Yeah. Egg whites because it's much healthier than when you use the yolk, huh?
Miss Ada, I want to ask the question. I know that you guys not only do just breakfast and lunch, but you now are doing catering as well?
Yes.
So tell us more about that.
So if you have birthdays, weddings, anniversary, any type of events and family reunion and you don't want to cook, then just come to us and we will make sure that everything happens.
Do you guys have like a number that people could contact?
Yes, 614-5302.
614-4302.
Correct.
And what are some of the catering options you guys do?
Well, actually everything. We, the turkey dinners, whatever you want. Like actually we always tell our customer, give us your budget and then if you don't have a menu, then we will create a menu and work within your budget.
Yeah, mostly like when it comes to the catering side, we try sit down with our customers and find out what you like, what direction you want to take your event, and then from there we make the magic work.
Right, and it's a small staff, no, it's just...
It's just me and my wife, and we would hire help if we need help.
Okay, so what's like the biggest event that you guys have done?
Go ahead, Liz.
So far, like in Belize, we not do no big events here, but
San Pedro?
we were teaming up in Kikewitz, and the biggest event we did was like celebration for the American Embassy for 4th of July. We did like 500 people.
Oh, okay, that's
Small
incredible.
staff as well.
Yeah, and you know, their events usually have really great food.
I know, right?
So that's just to
All
show
right,
you.
so like this, when it finally like look like it is set, then you could shove it in the oven.
Oh wow!
Make the oven melt the cheese and finish the rest.
All right, just like that. That was so quick.
Yeah, that's that. Basically, I said it's a fast and easy dish. Basically, like if you don't have a lot of time in the morning, that's how easy dish for you whip up and whip.
Definitely. And so will this be a part of the menu or just something special for we? Make it feel special.
Well, basically, like I just mentioned to my wife out there just now, we are thinking about adding it to the menu because I was thinking basically like doing it as a breakfast special. But
Okay.
if our thing was something where people come, they request for, well, you have to go on the menu. Right?
Trust me, after this show you saw,
Yeah.
you will be behind the back.
Yeah.
So what kind of cheese did you put in it?
Basically, you could use any kind of cheese you like, but I choose feta cheese, which is a more healthy option.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people don't like the taste, but
Yeah.
it's a more healthier cheese.
The cheese is delicious.
Yeah.
And so you have usually, like you said, you're starting to include the Creole bread and the Johnny cakes, and so basically, what time do you open in the morning?
We're shooting to start breakfast from 7 in the morning.
7 in the morning.
We want to beat that crowd we're going to work or anything like that. So
And a
we
perfect
also-
location because immigration as well.
Yeah,
Where
and we
people load
also
up.
have we also have the take-home menu where we try lunch right now to like the office menu. So you can come in and ask for the office menu, and that's the take-out menu where we offer for people who don't have time to come in and sit down and dine. So
All right. And in terms now of Facebook or social media presence, do you guys have any of that?
We have Facebook.
Facebook.
Instagram, and TikTok.
All right. And it's all on the Place Your Order.
Place
Yeah.
Your Order,
Place Your
yes. Actually, my daughter helped me with that. She that one way, like, she loved and stuff, you know.
Okay, that's great. It's a family business.
Yes.
Awesome.
So in regards to the breakfast, you know, like back in the days, mommy and daddy and grandma give you, you know, Johnny cake, Creole bread, Creole bun, fried beans, you know, and then that's what we want to bring back, you know.
True
because,
Belize,
Nostalgic,
yes.
Yes, so they bring back because, you know, my mother-in-law and they cook, you know, and she's a great cook. So we bring it back along with my husband, you know, to bring back home style. You know, because we miss it. Sometimes we're too busy, so we want to bring it back to the table.
I love that. No, and I mean, this is a place now, I think you said, Kenroy, that you could, it's a place that you could sit and have, or it's just a table?
it's somewhere you could sit and come in and dine.
Because I
basically,
find that in Belize City itself, you don't have breakfast culture.
And that was
Correct.
that
And
was
that's
what I
our aim,
mentioned to
yes.
her. So that's my aim to start this.
I love it.
thing going.
Definitely needed.
Yeah.
Basically, we're located again right in front of immigration building. Everybody know it as either Dream Lights or the Titanic nightclub. So as you know, they just renovated and put a restaurant in the front.
Oh, so that's you guys.
That's ours now.
Oh,
yes.
it's a nice location, yes. It's a nice
My 1.5
location.
Philip Wilson.
I love that.
I think it's right beside the flour mill. So
Yeah,
make
it's
it
right beside
exactly
flour mill.
beside
Yeah.
it. Yes.
So in terms, you said you open from, you're shooting for 7 and going until...
Going until like 9 in the night. We're doing through
Tea, dinner,
breakfast,
tea.
lunch,
Tea, dinner, tea, all right.
That's it.
Tea, dinner, tea.
Everybody familiar with we could come in the evening time and get a nice fried jack with either fried chicken, fried fish, or stewed chicken if you want. Your fried beans. And
Interesting.
One nice fried fish with fried beans and
When
fried
you-
jack. Oh, yeah,
You have to go up the next highway, Brandon, when you go home. You go there.
I pass there when I go from the gym, so it's all right. I can just pass right
And
this
we
way.
want our customers to know too that we're still doing our karaoke. So you want to
Karaoke?
Yeah.
karaoke
Yeah,
all
that's the main
day,
part about it.
whatever.
First, we were called the Place Your Order Smoke Shop because we basically was dealing with a lot of smoked food, including my smoke signature smoked habanero pepper sauce. But right now, we're taking it to Place Your Order Karaoke Bar.
Ooh,
So it will be,
I know where Papa gonna know.
So you could come in breakfast if you have the singing voice for breakfast. You could go and sing.
So
in the
any
morning
time of the day,
Anytime of the
every day.
you want, you could go sing a song. And don't worry if you don't have the singing voice, because we don't call it karaoke, we call it trioke.
Correct. Correct.
So yeah, if you don't have the singing voice, feel free to come over still. Bring your shower voice with you, like I always say.
Awesome.
I love it. I love it.
I say one thing. February the 13th, we're doing like a grand opening, joining with my brother-in-law, Marvin Humes. We're opening on the February 13th, yes,
Yeah,
with
13th
Kenny
of
G,
February.
Miney, and Tony G.
Yeah.
Big things.
Yes. Tickets is
So
available $20. So we have ticket available in advance to purchase, or you could just show up.
And tickets, they can get tickets from the number that I put into
Correct.
the chat?
Yeah.
Or can they go to the actual place itself? Or how?
Yeah.
Either, whichever is more convenient, pay
Either
online.
you could even meet me in the streets and get tickets from me.
All right.
And also, addition to that, we also offering like the Valentine's special, which is $150. You could pay. You could bring your significant other. Pay $150. You get a glass of wine, either choice of fish fillet or tamarind glazed pork chops. The choice of sides, and then after that, you could just go over and dance. Our ticket
is
show
included.
included in the package also. So it's like a package deal. So feel free if you want. You could bring the wife. You could bring the sweetheart because it's Valentine's. It's 13. So you could bring the sweetheart if you want.
All right, Kenroy, unfortunately,
Yeah.
we've run
All right.
out of time.
Yeah.
But we want to put one post-production picture of the food for you guys. But if you want to show it now, is it ready?
No, it's not ready as yet,
We'll
so.
do a post-production of that. But guys, unfortunately, we run out of time. We will eat behind the scenes for you. And trust me, you will see all of this
Yeah.
happening. So with that, we've come to the end of our show. Oh, Miss Ada, they reached for something. Ooh. Again, guys, Miss Ada has graciously gifted us with some VIP cards here for Place Your Ada. Like 10% off, and trust me, we will be using these. Definitely. But thank you so much, Miss Ada, for this. Thank you guys so much for joining us here as well. And finally, just thanking our guests for coming in. We had Dr. Osbert O. Usher, as well as Miss Elizabeth Moody coming in, talking about the importance of dental health and dental hygiene and brushing itself. We had Miss Shelley-Han Akwi Solomon talking about Caribbean excellence on the global stage and how you can be a part of it. I've put that website in the chat for you to go check them out. Again, vote for her nomination because it is bringing it home to us Caribbean people, as well as Quartz coming in clutch with their clearance sale this Saturday, up to 70% off on selected items. Yes, get your dining room table, your king size bed for $800. All of those things happening. And finally, Place Your Order coming in clutch with this egg white frittata, which we will be eating in your favor. But as I say, well, now say university, guys. Courtney?
Yes, and I'll take his old statement. Go be beautiful.
All right. Guys, we'll see you back here tomorrow for a fantabulous Friday. Bye.
Bye.
Dirty bit.
A place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light. I've got you covered on all concerns we share today. You will discover how the world turns each day. When the sun comes up